Good evening, Sachita. Good evening, everybody. Aha. Huh. මං මේ අලුත් ටියුටර් එක දැම්ම log functions දකින්න නැති නේද? ඔයගොල්ලෝ හැමෝටම සුබ අලුත් අවුරුද්දක් වේවා. Wish you a happy new year, everybody. So who is there? Mute, good evening. So the meeting will be there, right, in the 9 at 9 as scheduled before. After this class, right? So we start with the pure maths. We have one more topic to cover in logic, right? After that, we can go to the next topic, log functions. First, one more topic to cover. So we are before going to the next topic, I'll give you one or two examples to something we have seen earlier, right? We have seen that we have proven two results we have proven earlier. Good evening, Pravishka. Good evening, Kavithilaka. We have proven that not of P and Q, two things, equals not is identical to not of P or not of Q, and again not of P or Q is identical to not P and not Q. These two rules we have seen, right? Earlier we have proven. Now I'll give some examples for this because these are very important. Understanding even A-level mathematics, right? The things we state in mathematics. I'll give a question. Write down the negation. Negation of these statements. Number one, I got A's for mathematics and science. Number two, x is greater than -1 and less than 5. Number three, I get A's. I got A's for mathematics or science. And finally, X is less than minus 2 or X is greater than 3. So I wrote 4 statements in a row, right? Sandali Chanamika, good evening. Good evening. You first take it down and give me the answers in the order. Hmm? Write the negation. Give the negation of this. I got A's for mathematics and science. So you can use these two results that we have derived earlier. Can you give a now for this? What is the negation of this? I got A's for mathematics and science. What is the negation of this? පොඩි කාලේ ඉතින් මතක ඇතිනේ නේ අම්මට කියාගෙන යනවා මේ term test එකෙන් පස්සේ I got A's for mathematics and science. Mathematics වලටයි science වලටයි දෙකටම ඕන්න අපි කියමු 85ට වැඩියෙන් තියෙනවා. අම්මා report එක පෙන්නලා බලනකොට කතාව පොඩ්ඩක් වෙනස්. මේක බොරුවක් වෙන්නේ මොනවා වුණොත්ද? මේ කියප එක බොරුවක් වෙන්නේ මොනවා වුණොත්ද? You are saying this and this. So it's negation. Sorry. You can use this. The question is correct, right? Sorry, no problem. Question is correct. So what is the negation of this statement? So negation of P and Q is not of P and Q is not of P or not of Q. You can use that to give the answer this. I got A for maths, but not for science. Why can't it be the other way around, Johan? Johan, can't it be the other way around? Or you didn't get an A for any of them? Maybe it's the case you got an A for maths, but not for science. It's not a බොරුවක් කියවනවා. නේද? But you got an A for science, but not for maths. ඒත් බොරුවක් කියවනවා. Or you didn't get an A for any of them. ඒකතර ලොකු බොරුවක් කියවනවා. මම දන්නේ නැහැ කොයි જાතියවත් දන්නේ නැහැ කියලා තියෙනවා. ඒ කාලේනේ. So you have to use this. Not of P or not of Q. දෙකෙන් එකක් උනේ නැත්තම් අඩු ගන්න. දෙකම උනේ නැතත් බොරු. දෙකේ එකක් උනේ නැත්තම් ඒත් කියලා තියෙන බොරුවක්. තමයි આવුත් කියයි. Any other try? Oh, Johan, you can correct it. So it's not of P or not of Q. P is I got an A for mathematics. Q is I got for A for science. Right? P is first statement is I got an A for maths. Second statement I got an A for science. So the negation of that statement is not of P or not of Q. That means I didn't get an A for maths. That is, I didn't get A for maths or I didn't get an A for science. So that is the answer. Here, I didn't get an A for maths or I didn't. ළමයි තාම මෙහි වැස්සයි පොඩ්ඩ තියෙන හොඳේ විදුලි කැටිල්ල. අපේ අවාසනාවට වැඩි දන්නේ නැහැ. වැඩි වුණොත් නවත්තන්න වෙනවා හොඳේ. දැන් තෝම කරගෙන යන්න. සෑහෙන අඩු නම් පස්සේ මම පටන් ගත්තේ. තාමත් සම්පූර්ණයෙන් නැහැ. හදිසියේ ඩොක් ගාලා විදුලියක් කැටුවොත් මම ඩක් ගාලා ඔක් කරලා දාන්න ඔක්කොම හොඳේ. මොකද හිතන්න එපා. I didn't get an A for science. Got that now? Everybody, is that clear now? Johan, that is the answer. Not of P or not of Q is the negation. Then there another. Now similarly, this is read as x is greater than minus 1 and x is less than 5. If you mark it, it lies between minus 1 and 5 and connected by and, right? X is greater than minus 1 is one statement. X is less than 5 is the other statement. They are connected by and. You read it as x is greater than minus 1 and less than 5. So the negation, again, you have to use this. It's not of this or not of this. So not of this part, not of x is greater than minus 1. So it is x is less than or equal to minus 1. That is this side, less than or equal to minus 1 or here. X is greater than or equal to 5. So if you mark and show, it will be this. Next number 2. මොකද ළමයි තේරුන්නේ නැද්ද? Jamitya, Sandali, මොකද උනේ? තේරුන්නේ නැද්ද කියපුදී? The answer I wrote. ඒ chat එක නැවතිලා දාන්න. Understood. Okay. Right, then you write the answer for the other two. Give the answer for this. Number 3 now. Give answer for number 3. Hurry. Now answer for this number 3. I got A's for mathematics or science. මේක බොරුවක් නේ බොරුවක් වෙන්නේ මොනවද? අම්මා report එක බලුවම වෙනවා කියලා තියෙන බොරු. අම්මා බොරු කියලා තීරණය කරන්නේ. කොහොම බොරු කියලා ඇතිනේ නේ ඒක. කවන්නේ. මොනවද බේස් කරන්නේ පිළිගන්න. So at what situation? I didn't got A for maths. Listen, the idea may be the correct somebody. Better be right. I didn't get an A for maths and I didn't get an A for science. Yeah, but clear. Idea is okay. I didn't get an A for maths. That means and also and I didn't get an A for science or maths for science. Oh no, and right. Okay, it has to be and here. To be more precise, I wrote it like that. So I didn't get an A for maths for the Johan, and I didn't get an A for science. Hari Johan, Mesare Hari. So similarly for this, your answer will be not of this. So this is it's left of -2 or right of 3, and not of this means it has to be in between. So greater than or equal to -2 and less than or equal to 3. Answer: x is greater than or equal to -2 and less than or equal to 3. You can draw and show it is the set of elements, real numbers, between -2 and +3 and also including. ඔන්න විශේෂයෙන්ම මට තේරුණා ඔයගොල්ලෝ මේ වගේ දේවල් තේරුම් ගන්න විදිහේ වැරද්දක් තියෙනවා කියලා. තව කවුද උත්තරයක් දීලා තියෙන්නේ? චමිත්‍යා, I didn't get A for maths and I didn't get A for science. හරි චමිත්‍යා. යොහාන් හරි උත්තර. දැන් මේ කිව්වමනේ ඔයගොල්ලන්ට තේරෙන්නේ නේ. නැත්නම් මේ අපි මැත්ස් වල ලියන දේවල් ඔයගොල්ලෝ තේරුම් ගන්න විදිහේ වැරද්දක් තිබුණා. ඒක නිසා මම අතර මේ පාඩම කියලා දෙන්න ගත්තේ. ඔය ටික ලියා ගන්න ළමයි තව එක ටොපික් එකක් තියෙනවා කරන්න. ඒක ගොඩක්ම වැදගත්. මට තේරුණා අර 1 to 1 functions not to 1 1 කියලා ඔප්පු කරන්න කිව්වම not not 1 to 1 not on to කියලා ඔප්පු කරන්න දුන්නම ඔයගොල්ලෝ තේරුම් ගන්නේ නැහැ. මොකද්ද දුලක්ෂගේ ප්‍රශ්නේ? and එකේ negation එක o and එකේ negation එකම නෙමෙයි මෙන්න මේක විදියට කියන්නේ. and එකේ negation එක වෙන්නේ not p or not q. මේකට කියන්නේ මේකට නමක් තියෙනවා තමයි. මේකට කියන්නේ මේ දුලක්ෂ ඔකට නමක් තියෙනවා. ඔකට කියන්නේ ඩිමෝගන්ස් ලෝ. ඩිමෝගන්ස් ලෝ කියලා මතක තියාගන්නවා. හරි. ඔක තමයි තැන් තැන් වල හම්බ වෙනවා. හොඳේ. ඔයගොල්ලෝ IT කරනවා නම් Boolean algebra වල හම්බ වෙනවා. Later on when we come to set theory you will meet it. Mostly in those two places in A level maths syllabus. Boolean algebra අපි කරන්නේ නැහැ නේ. In set theory you will meet this. ඔයා කියපු විදිහට මතක තියාගන්න එපා දුලක්ෂ. හරිද? ඔකට ඕනනම් මොනවද?
डी Morgan's law කියලා පැත්තකින් ලියාගන්න. डी Morgan's law මට මෙතන ඉඳ නැහැ. මම උඩින්ම ලියන්න.
डी Morgan's law. This is डी Morgan's law. මේක හැමතැනම ආව වෙනවා in mathematics.
not of O output එක එකම තමයි. හරි. not of O output එක ඒක තමයි. ඔයගොල්ලෝ gate එකක් design කරොත් not O output එක මේක තමයි එන්නේ. not and NAND කියලාත් එකක් තියෙනනේ නේ. no NAND ඒක නම් හරි. no ලියන්නේ නැහැ logic වල හොඳේ. විමුතු it's in මොනවාද digital circuits electronic circuits logic වල no NAND නැහැ. You find them in electronics but the idea is the same. Yeah, they are the same. ඔක ලියා ගන්නකොට තව එක දෙයක් තියෙනවා. ඔයගොල්ලෝ මම වරද්දාගත්ත තව තැනක්. මට අද ඒක පැහැදිලි කරන්න ඕනේ.
Done it. Shall I create the board? Ini. Situngnya ini. Tambah madu inadi දෙන්න. Mama කරගන්න. ඔව්. මම අර සැකෙන් දෙන ඔව් හොඳයි. Right, now this is the last topic, quantifiers. Quantifiers. Quantifiers means some notations. Notations for quantity, right? It's for some quantity that's used in mathematics. There are two quantifiers used in mathematics, two notations, right? Two notations used as quantifiers. This is something very important, right? Understanding logic in mathematics. Uh, these are the two quantifiers. There are two quantifiers in mathematics. Which are number one, written like this, like you overturn A in English, capital A, and that, and so this is written for all written for each, right? So there's another like E, capital E, turn to the other side. This is written for their axis. Right? So I'll show how with the example how these two quantifiers are used in mathematics. Right? Some example. I'll first take some simple examples. Consider these two sets. So number what වැඩි වෙනවා ළමයි අනේ මන් දන්නේ බාධා වෙන්නේ නැහැ. විදුලි කෙට්ටල වැඩි වුණොත් ආයෙ නවත්තන්න යනවා ළමයි හොඳේ. එහෙම වුණොත් මම පන්ති වෙන වෙලාවක කරන්න. හෙට බෑ බදාරු දෙය තමයි දාන්න ඉන්නේ. අවසරේ හැමදාම පන්ති තියෙනවා. අවසරේ හැමදාම පන්ති තියෙනවා. උදේ තමයි දාන්න ඉන්නේ බදාද හරි බ්‍රහස්පතින්ද හරි. අද දැන් තව බාධා වුණොත්. ලබන සඳත් පොඩි ප්‍රශ්නයක් තියෙනවා. මම පොඩ්ඩක් එළියට යනවා. එනකොට රෑ වෙන්න ඉඳ තියෙනවා. ඔයගොල්ලෝගේ පන්තිය 5ටනේ කොහොමත් 5ට පටන් ගන්න බැරි වෙයි. ලබන සඳ ක්ලාස් එකත් අපිට අහරවද බෑ බදාද උදේ වගේ දාන්න වෙනවා. හොඳේ. අද රෑට කතා කරන්න අපිට මේ ප්‍රශ්නයක් වෙන ගන්න නැහැ නේ. නෑ නමේට මීට් එකේ ඔයගොල්ලන්ට කියන්න තියෙන දේවල් ඔක්කොම ලෑස්ති කරන් ඉන්න. ඒ කාරණේ මම කියන්න. ලබන සතියේ පන්තිය පොඩ්ඩක් වෙනස් කරගන්න වෙනවා. ඔයගොල්ලන්ට මට කියන්න මොන හරි දේවල් තියෙනවනේ ලෑස්ති කරන් ඉන්න. නිකන් අර විදුලි කෙටේ වැඩුණා මම ටක් කරලා නවත්තනවා. එමුණත් බදාදට කන්ටිනියු කරමු බදාද දෙක. Consider the two sets A equals 1. A is the set of elements 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. B is the set of elements -1, 0, 1, 2, 3. මේ කාරණේ තමයි especially I will show that understanding the statements of not one-to-one, not onto, what is a one-to-one function, what is not one-to-one, what is onto, what is not onto, and in many other places also this thing I understood that you find to figure out those statements, you find it very hard. After doing this, you will see things will be very clear, right? For the examples that so I am giving the question: which of the following statements, which of these is true? Which of these is true? What about the rain? එක තියෙනවා ළමයි. rain එක මම හිතන්නේ rain වැස්ස නෙමෙයි ප්‍රශ්නේ. The lightning.
lightning Sachila, I think the lightning will not continue till 9 o'clock. Still 6. We have 3 more hours. Most probably, we will be able to have it right at 9 o'clock. Barry, not, we'll postpone it to another day. Even tomorrow at 9 o'clock, it's okay. I like finish all the classes by 9 o'clock. If not today, we try to have it tomorrow, right? 9 o'clock in the evening. But most probably, we'll be able to have it today, right? Right. Now, listen very carefully. I am writing few statements. And you have to tell me if the statements are true or false. True or false, right? Number 1, I am writing this. There exists x belongs to A such that x squared is equal to 9. X squared is, this is how you read it, right? There exists x belongs to A. So that means there is some element in A such that its square is equal to 9, right? So you decide whether it is true or false. Then you give the answer for the first 4 in the order, right? So this is where that there exists x belongs to A such that x squared is equal A is this, right? X squared equals 9. You ready your answer? Number 2, there exists x belongs to B such that x is less than 0. Number 3, there exists x belongs A such that x is less than 0. Number 4, there exists x belongs to B such that three x plus 1 is equal to minus 2. There exists means there is something. There exists. There exists x belongs to B. That means there is some element in B. At least one element, right? There exists means there is something. We don't say there are no 2, no 3. But 1 is sufficient. When you say there exists x belongs to B, it's sufficient. You see one such element, right? Okay. So these are the 4 statements. These are the 4 statements. Now tell me, in the respective order, whether they are true or false. True, false, true. Sandali Chanika. Chamitya, true, false, true, false, true. You have some idea now. True, false, true. And now answer. I'm writing answer for the first 4. Answer, because I'm going to prove this, right? Answer, this is true. 1 is true. 1 is true since there is such element. 3 belongs to A and 3 squared is equal to 9. So the answer for that is correct. The number 2, you are saying it is also true. Yes, Saturday. True, false, true. Number 2, you are saying this is also true. Because there is minus 1. Is true since minus 1 belongs to B and minus 1 is less than 0. Number 3, the axis x belongs to A such that it is not less than 0. Yeah, you are saying it is false. This is false since මෙන්න මේක තේරුම් ගන්න ඕනේ. ඔයගොල්ලෝ මේ අහන එක තේරුම් ගත්තා නේද? But the concept, the idea behind this, you are saying this is false. Everybody saying this is false. Your answer is correct. Your answer is correct, but you should be able to explain your answer. The statement is there is x belongs to A such that x is less than 0. This statement is false because for every x in this, එතන කියන්නේ there x is කියලානේ. This is false because for every x in A, x is greater than or equal to 0. For all x in this statement is false. Yeah, this is false since for all x belongs to A. So you write for all x belongs to A. In short, x is greater than or equal to 0. Number 4, මට ලියන්න ඉඩ තියෙද? Number 4, that is true. Number 4 is true since 3x plus 1 equals minus 2. You find minus 1 in B. Minus 1 belongs to B and මට මෙතන ලියන්න ඉඩ මදි. I like. Yeah, for the moment your answers are correct. ඔය ටික ලියා ගන්නකෝ. Equal මෙතන in the third negation එක මෙතන තියෙන්නේ x is less than 0 ඒකේ negation එක මොකද්ද x is I think you are asking about this number 3 it's less than 0. What is the negation of this? What is the negation of that? Negation of the statement x is less than 0, its negation is x is less than 0, its negation is x is greater than or equal to 0. Yeah, that's right. Not එතන p නම් this is not p, right? That's why it is false. ඔය ටික ලියා ගන්නේ නා. ඔක ලියාගෙන ඉවරනම කියන්න ළමයි. ලියලා ඉවරනම කියන්න. Kavithilaka. Right, I will erase this, correct? I like some more questions. Number 5. There exists x belongs to B such that 2x minus 3 equals minus 5. 6. For all, this is made as for all x belongs to B. For all x belongs to B, or for each x belongs to B, 3x plus 2 is greater than uh, greater than 1. Number 7, there exists x belongs to A such that x is greater than y for all y belongs to B. There exists x belongs to A. There exists y belongs to B such that 2x minus y equals 1. මට ඔක මේක ගොඩක් ගැඹුරට උගන්වන්න ඕනේ නැහැ. මට පොඩි පොඩි examples ටිකක් කරලා ඉවර කරන්න වෙන්නේ. I want to give you some basic idea, right? Now these four. Now tell me whether they are true or false. True or false. These four. True or false. කතාල කියන්න බලන්න. in the order කතාල නෙමෙයි කියවලා තේරුම් ගන්න. Give the answer for these four. 1, 2, 3, 4, right? True or false of these? These four, true or false? True, false, false, true. Kavithya. TFFT. What about the others? I got one answer from Chamithya. The others? True, false, true, true. Sangali. True, false, true, true. Sangali, Sakil. Same answer. අපි බලමු. හරි අනිත් අය උත්තර දාන්න. පොතපත විදිහට කියලා දිනන ළමයි හොඳේ. වැඩි වුණොත් මම ටක් කරලා නවත්ත කරනවා. එමුණු කදා විදිහට කරමු ක්ලාස් එක.
Answer.
Now everybody saying this it is true. Yeah, it is true.
5 is true. Since you can find
There exists x belongs to b. එකක් තියෙනවා කියලා කියන්නේ. Yeah, it is -1.
since -1 belongs to B and 3 times -2 times -1 -3 is equal to -5. This is satisfied by -1 in B.
So everybody is saying first is true. It's correct. But about the second, PSRNE says true. All the others saying false. Only PSRNE saying second is true.
Let's see. For all x belongs to B, 3x plus 2 is greater than 1. All x belongs to B, 3x plus 2 is greater than 1.
For all. මේකට හරියන්නේ එකක් වත් තියනවද? Everybody saying for second is false except for PSRNE. PSRNE, never -1 is there. So here you are saying for all x belongs to for each. For all keyword, for each keyword එකයි නා. For each x belongs to B, 3x plus 2 is greater than 1. මේක හරියන්න නම් හැම එකටම හරියන්න ඕනේ. But you see that -1 is there in B. -1 is in there in B. Johan කියන්නේ TFPT නේ. In B, when x is equal to -1, you get 3 to -1 plus 2. It is -1. It is not greater than 1. For this particular element, and make it up already. Yeah, for this particular element, it is against this. Therefore, the expression is false. තේරුණාද පියසර්?
It is false. Since එකක් තියෙනවා අඩු ගන්න. මේකට එකතු වෙන්නේ නැති එක්කෙනෙක් ඉන්නවා. Since minus 1 belongs to B and 3 times minus 1 plus 2. It is not greater than 1. It is less than or equal to 1. Yeah, the second is false. The third means 7. 5, 6, 7. 7th is
There's no agreement between 7. සමහරු කියනවා ශමිත්‍යා says 7 is false. Sandri true. Satila true. පියසර්ණි false. Johan true. එක එක්කෙනා එක එක අදහස් නේද? right අපි බලමු.
But how do you read this? The 7. 7 says there is x in A. Some x in A, right? Such that x is, there is some x in A, that x is greater than y for all y in B. Sathārana bhāෂාවෙන් කියනවා you can find some element in A. You can find some element in A which is greater than all the elements in B. ඒක වැරදිද? Can't you find such element in A which is greater than all the elements in B? Yes, it is greater than y for all y belongs to B. Can't you find such an element in A?
එක false කියන ශමිත්‍යා විතරයි false කියන්නේ. අනිත් හැමෝම true වනේ. පියසර්ණි false.
So this is in fact true. Samithya, Piyakarni, this is true. Here because we can find 5. There is 5 in A, right? You say there is some element in A. Here it is 5.
Mistake here.
Right. If 5 is there in A, it is greater than all the elements in B. It is true. Since 5 belongs to B, 5 belongs to A, and 5 is greater than all the elements for all y in B. Number 8. Number 8, there is x belongs to
ඔයගොල්ලෝ හැමෝම කියන්නේ true කියලානේ number 8.
there is x belongs to A, there is y belongs to B, such that 2x minus y is equal to 1. It is true. Why? 2x minus 1 equals 3x minus 1 equals 1. Yeah. X, you can take x equals 1 and y equals 1.
Yeah.
Since there is one in A and further you can find one in B. 1 in B and also 2 into 1 minus 1 equals 1. Yeah. You can take 1 from A, 1 from B. So it will agree. It will satisfy this statement. So it is true.
අද මට ගොඩක් දේවල් කියන්න ඕනේ. මම තව උන පොඩි කාරණයක් කියන්නම්. මේ ටික ලියා ගන්නකෝ. තව පොඩි දෙයක් කියලා මම ඉවර කරන්න. Can you give the answer for these two? I'm making your current and make a example. Can you give the answer for these two? Make a in the last lesson functions. Then I'm tearing those. Negation of this and negation of B. P is some statement, right? P is some statement. You read this as for all x belongs to A, P. P is some statement. That is P is true. For all x belongs to A, P. This is said as there exists x belongs to A, P. That P happens. So have some fight. Write the negation of this. For all x not P. Sandali. Next. For all කියන එකේ විරුද්ධ එක මොකද්ද? For all x not belong නෑ සඳලි. මේක වැරදි. හරියට හැම කපුටම කළු පාටයි කියලා කියනවා. For all කියන්නේ හැම කපුටක්. P කියන්නේ කළු පාටයි. ඒක වැරදි. ඒකේ negation එක මොකද්ද? ඒක අනිත් පැත්ත. හැම කපුටාම කළු all the crows are black. Oh, that time each crow is black. What is the negation of that? ධර්මපාල ස්කෝලේ ඉන්න ඔක්කොම ගෑනු ළමයි හරිම හොඳයි කියනවා. What is the negation of that? ධර්මපාල ස්කෝලේ ඔක්කොම ගෑනු ළමයි හරිම හොඳයි. ඔන්න ස්ටේට්මන්ට් එක. කවුරු හරි ඒකට විරුද්ධ නම් මොකක්ද කියන්නේ? What is the negation? ඔක්කොම ළමයි හරිම හොඳයි කිව්වම ඒකේ negation එක එක ළමයෙක් ඉන්න ඕනේ හොඳ නැති. දැන් අපි කියනවා නම් ඉස්කෝල ළමයි ඔක්කොම හොඳයි. කවුරු හරි ඒකට විරුද්ධයි. ඒක තමයි කියන්නේ. එහෙම කියන්න එපා. එක ළමයෙක් ඉන්නවා අර ළමයා නරකයි. ගෑන් ළමයි ඔක්කොම හොඳ නැහැ කියලා නෙවෙයිනේ. ඔක්කොම හොඳ නැහැ කිව්වොත් වැරදිනේ සචිල. ඔක්කොම හොඳ නැහැ කියලා නෙවෙයි කියන්නේ. If you don't agree with that statement, එක ළමයෙක් ඉන්නවා කියලා පෙන්වනවා නම් ඇතිනේ. ඔක්කොම කපුටෝ කළු පාටේ. ඒකට එකඟ නැත්තම් එක කපුටෙක් පෙන්වම ඇති කළු පාට නැති. එක ගෑන් ළමෙක් හොයාගන්න පුළුවන් නම් ඔන්න මොන හරි වැරදි වැඩක් කරපු. So that is sufficient to say that the statement is wrong, false. ඒක ඔක්කොම ළමයි නරකයි කියන්න බෑ. ඒක නෙමෙයි අදහස් කරන්නේ. එක්කෙනෙක් හිටියම ඇති ඉස්කෝලේ නම කන්න. එහෙමනේ කියන්නේ නේද? එක්කෙනෙක් හිටියම ඇති නම කන්න. Right. Answer. There exists x belongs to A, which does not satisfy P, not P. මෙන්න මේ හරිය තමයි ඔයගොල්ලෝ වරද්දලා තියෙන්නේ. 1 to 1 not 1 to 1 කියලා පෙන්නන්නේ කියලා. So here are some examples, right? For this. Then what is the answer for the second? Not of this. What is the negation of this? The axis x belongs to A, P. What is the negation of this? සඳලි දැන් තේරුණාද ඇයි වැරදි කියලා? මම කිව්වේ ඔක්කොම ළමයි හොඳයි කිව්වම ඉස්කෝලේ නම ගන්න එක නරක ළමයෙක් වෙන්නවා නම් ඇති. So the x is 1. The axis x belongs to A against this, not P. ඒකට හැමෝම හොඳ නැහැ කියන්න ඕනෙත් නැහැ. මේ ඉස්කෝලෙන් පිට අනිත් ළමයි හොඳයිද නරකයිද කියන්න ඕනෙත් නැහැ. තේරුණා නේද? මේ ඉස්කෝලෙන් එක ළමයෙක් වෙන්නවා නම් ඇති වැරදි වැඩක් කරපු. Now what is the answer for this? Number 2. The axis x belongs to A, P. මං කියනවා මේ මොනවාද? අර පාර්ලිමේන්තුවේ එක්කෙනෙක් ඉන්නවා ඇත්ත කියන. ඇත්ත කතා කරන මිනිස්සු පාර්ලිමේන්තුවේ ඉන්නවා. ඔන්න මගේ statement එක. If you are against that, what will be your statement? එක්කෙනෙක් ඉන්නවා පාර්ලිමේන්තුවේ. එක්කෙනෙක් ඉන්නවා පාර්ලිමේන්තුවේ ඇත්ත කියන මිනිස්සු. That is my statement. All x belongs to A, P. If you are against this, what will be your statement? නිකන් කතා කරන භාෂාවෙන් කියන්න පාර්ලිමේන්තුවේ ඇත්ත කතා කරන එක්කෙනෙක් there is one person in parliament who speak in truth. There is one person in parliament who speak in truth. So you are not ඔක්කොම අය බොරුකාරයෝ කියන තමයි හරියට හරි. දැන් තේරුණා නේ? If you are against that, you will say විශ්ව කියන්න එපා ඕකින් නෑ අක්කේ ඔක්කොම මහ බොරුකාරයෝ. එහෙමනේ. That's the negation of that. So that means for all x belongs to A, not P. ඔක්කොම බොරුකාරයෝ. For all x belongs to A, ඔක්කොම කියන්නේ for all. බොරුකාරයෝ කියන්නේ මම ඇත්ත කියනවා කියලා නේ. බොරුකාරයෝ කියන්නේ not P. Right? Example देखिए clearly welcome back to our example. अब इसको लेंगे मतलब ना प्रीमियम लीव example 1. If your R is all the fruits in this bag are right. So then it's not P. Not R is negation is make it negation maker. There is a fruit. There is a fruit in the bag. Which is not right. For example, for all x belongs to R, x squared is greater than 0. If your R is this, then not R, the axis x belongs to R, x is less than or equal to 0. Now some example for this. Your R is there is there is an MP, member of parliament, who speaks truth. Then not R is all MPs do not speak truth. Mathematically come. The axis x belongs to R, the axis n kilogram, n belongs to n, such that 2n plus 1 equals 5. So minus 7. Make a comment statement. There exists some n belongs to n such that 2n plus 1 equals minus 7. Its negation is for all n belongs to n, 2n plus 1 is not equal to minus 7. දැන් තේරෙන්නේ නැති නේද? දැන් පැහැදිලිද? ඊට පස්සේ අපි මැත්ස් වල කියන දේවල් ඔයගොල්ලන්ට තේරුම් ගන්න ගොඩක් ලේසි වෙයි. ඔය එක්සැම්පල්ස් ටික ලියා ගන්න. මේ පාඩම උතනින් ඉවරයි ආ. ඕගොල්ලන්ට අවශ්‍ය ප්‍රමාණය විතරයි මම කියලා දුන්නේ. එයාගේ නියම නම කියන්න ළමයි. ලියාගෙන ඉවරනම් මට කියන්නකෝ. කට්ටියම හරිද? එහෙනම් ටක්කාල ඊළඟ පාඩම පටන් ගන්නද ළමයි? So this is sufficient for you, right? In mathematical logic, we have more theory, more things. But for you, this is sufficient to understand the things we discussed, especially in pure mathematics, right? Okay. Right. Now we continue with functions. Right. Functions, we have like finished the basic discussion. That's introduction of functions. There we define functions at the beginning. Define what's the function. Then we discussed about domain, codomain, range of functions. Thereafter we came to operations on functions. How to multiply a function by a constant, how to add two functions, subtract, multiply, divide two functions, those things we discussed. Then we came to some special operations, composition of two functions, right? After that we came to inverse of a function, ඔය දෙක තමයි අඳුරන්නේ. one to one functions, one to functions. With that we get to inverse of a function, inverse functions. So those are the topics we have covered in the general discussion of functions, right? Now we go to some special functions mentioned in your syllabus, right? Special functions or some standard functions. Right. These are the topics we are going to cover under this. Start by log functions, then absolute value function, then log functions, make the exponential functions and log functions. Exponential and log functions, absolute value function, then deep exponential function, then the natural log function, basically what is another identity function. Right, these are the things that we are going to, these are the standard functions that we are going to cover under this topic. You please take it down, then we'll start from the first today. ළමයි මම ටියුට් එකක් දැම්ම නේද? log functions ඔයගොල්ලෝ දකින්න ඇති. ඒක දැන් මේ අද නෙමෙයි මේ සතිය ඕන නෙවෙයි. මට මතකයි මම දැම්ම කියලා. A tute on log functions. Hansamali, good evening. අරකා පන්තියක් වෙනනේ. හොඳ වෙලාවට ආවේ. දැන් අපි අද පාඩම් පටන් ගත්තා. ලියා ගන්න එකටක් දාලා. Okay, good evening. Start from this, the next lesson. And then නැද්ද ළමයි log function tute එක? තියෙනවනේ. Right, thank you. Arithmetically, we start from the exponential and log functions at the introduction. Okay, exponential functions, we don't need to speak much about. It take a long time on exponential functions because that's something you cover very well in O levels. But we'll just go through that to write a brief note. Exponential functions. Right. Exponential exponents are some notations in mathematics. We'll without a long note, we will just go through this quickly. I want to come to in fact to log functions. There are the done. Make it all notations. These things you have seen in orders very well. Number one, when I write when I write 2 to the power 3. So what do you understand by this? When I write 2 to the power 3, what is it meant with this? What is it meant with this? As I write 2 to the power 3, what do you understand from there? Two into two into two, Hansamal. Yeah, it's correct. Yeah, that's exactly what I mean. Like this. 2 into 2 into 2. Okay, then if I write 1 over 2, sorry, 2 to the power minus 3, 2 to the power minus 3, so that's written for 1 over 2 to the power 3, or 1 over 2 into 2 into 2. So when I write 9 to the power half, now answer this, number 3, 9 to the power half. Yeah, 1 over 2 to the power 3 means 1 over 2 into 2 into 2 Pravishka. Right. Now when I write 9 to the power half, what is this? මම note එක ගන්නෙ පොඩි examples ටිකකින් පැහැදිලි කරන්නේ. Root of 9 exactly. Yeah, root of 9. The half means a fraction. Fraction. Half means the root. The root. Because it's half, it is square root. So one half, it is for square root. It is equal to the square root of 9. And will be equal to, you don't have to write it. Square root of 9, yeah, it will be equal to 3, right? So if I write 4 to the power minus half, 4 to the power minus half, yes, Jan, it is for the square root. 4 to the power minus half is written for 1 over 4 to the power half, that is 1 over square root of 4. Square root of 4, which will be 1 over 2. On the other hand, if I write 8 to the power 2 over 3, that means you can take it two ways. You can write either 8 to the power 1 over 3 square. You can take it like that. 1 over 3 is the third root. That is the third root of 8. Third root of 8 to the power 2. Third root of 8 is 2. To the power 2, it is 4. 1 over 3. The power 1 over 3 is for the third root. Then square is 4. So that's into that. So if I write 2 to the power square root of 2. 2 to the power square root of 2. What do you mean by this? 2 to the power square root of 2 මොකක්ද ඒකේ තේරුම? ඔයගොල්ලන් පුළුවන් විදිහට type කරලා දාන්න. I'll try to understand it. Two to the power 2. Next, root of 2. I have written 2 to the power. Type කරගන්න මම වචනෙන් දාන්න. No, it's okay. Never mind. Mistake. Okay, never mind. Right. Yes. Show me what you want to say. 2 into 2 to the power half. 2 to the power 2 to the power half. විමුතු නැහැ. ඔයා කියන්නේ එතකොට විමුතු? You are saying square root of 2 is equal to 2 to the power half. So that's exactly what I am asking. No. What do you understand with this? 2 to the power half or square root of 2? This is correct. But what is the meaning of this? මේ වගේ explain කරන්න පුළුවන්ද? Yeah. Have you heard any such thing in O levels? Anything like this in your O levels? You remember? Anything? Did your teacher write 2 to the power 1.45 means it is not exactly Tamitya. It is not equal to square root of 2, 1.414, right? That is an approximate value, right? In decimals. Square root of 2 is irrational. මතකනේ මම මුලදී කියලා දුන්නා. In real numbers. No, the thing is this. You can't explain it because there is no such thing, right? It doesn't exist. Square root of 2 power is square root of 2. Irrational powers are not there, right? You can write for this index, you can write an irrational number because it is not defined. පොඩි කාලේ අහලා නැහැනේ oral teacher කියලා නැහැනේ මේක නේද? So it doesn't exist. When you write 2 to the power x, this x has to be rational, right? You don't define it for irrational value. The index has to be rational. Always for any a to the power x. When you write a to the power x, this x has to be rational. Right? You don't write it for irrational number. It doesn't exist. You haven't heard any such thing in knowledge. This doesn't exist since root 2 is irrational. Right? A to the power x exists only for x rational. Only for rational x. හරි ආයෙ ටික ලියා ගන්නකෝ. The index has to be a rational value, right? ටික ලියා ගන්න. Info and plus give me a minute. The 4 to the power minus half can be no. Not positive or negative. Vimutu, මේ ටික ලියා ගන්නකෝ. මම මේක explain කළා ඇති. I'll explain it again. Something I'll explain at the beginning. I'll explain it again. First you take it down, then I'll explain. Then why don't you ask it for this? Why not in 3 then? Then the question should be for 3 also. Root of 4 is just 2. Anything is square root of 9. Square root of 9, we wrote 3 there also. I'll explain it. First take it down. Okay. ඒක මේ ඕලෙල් පන්තිදී වැරදියට ඉගෙන ගන්න දෙයක්. උච්චර අපි ආය ආය කිව්වත් අර කොළුවේ තියෙන සරණ දේ. Four to the power minus half is 1 over 4 to the power half. 4 to the power minus half is equal to 4 to the power minus half is equal to 1 over 4 to the power half. This 4 to the power half is square root of 4. Square root of 4 is 2. There is no minus. I'll explain it again. What I have written is correct, right? So this is the thing. This is something I told earlier also. Square root of 4 is just 2. Square root of 4 is not plus or minus 2. Right, Vimudu? Plus or minus, not plus or minus 2. Square root of 4 is 2. But if you solve this equation, if you are asked to solve this equation, then you write x equals plus or minus square root of 4. As the solution of this equation, you write plus or minus square root of 4. Still, what do you write for square root of 2? 4. Square root of 4 is 2. It is not plus or minus. Right? The plus or minus is there in front of this. Plus or minus for square root of 4, you write 2. So the solution of this equation is plus or minus 2. But square root of 4, it is not plus or minus 2. It is just 2. Very good. හරිනේ අපි මෙහෙම කරමුද අපි PO පාඩම 7:20යි නේ අපි PO පාඩම උතනින් නවත්තලා විනාඩි 10ක බ්‍රේක් එකක් කරන් ඇප්ලයිස් පටන් ගමු. එතකොට අටමාර පැයක්වත් අපිට ඇප්ලයිස් කරගන්න පුළුවන්. ඔව්නේ. එහෙම කරමු ළමයි. අපි අදට උතනින් නවත්තමු PO පාඩම. Next day we'll start with little more to discuss about this exponential functions. එටික් කරලා අනිත් දවසේ පටන් ගමු log functions. Okay? එහෙනම් විනාඩි 10ක බ්‍රේක් එකක් ගමු. දැන් කියද 7:21යි. 7:31ට පටන් ගමු. Okay, but here, where can I refer? Second book. So we start applied maths. Last day we started motion under gravity, so nothing much to explain or reminding that. We were doing, we did one example completely, and in the second, we were only halfway. No? Now we have to finish that. The second example I gave is you project a particle. Question number 2. Projected particle from the ground level, say at point A, upwards at equal 0, at speed 30 ms minus 1. There are several parts in the question. It moves up then turn back, and we'll go on to the starting point. So 4 parts we discussed, I remember, and then fifth and sixth part. The fifth part you are asked to find at t equals 1. At t equals 1, what is the position? Position means the height and the velocity of the particle. So that is the question. Okay. You want to find the velocity? You want to find the velocity of the particle. So you will apply upwards. I give this formula. Upwards you can apply v equals u plus at. This is part 5, right? Of the question that we were discussing last day. V equals u plus at. The velocity at equals 1. U equals 30 plus acceleration upwards under gravity. We write minus 10 for that. And t is 1. So the velocity is 20 ms minus 1. This is the velocity after 1 second. To find the displacement or the position, so you can apply upwards. This time x equals ut plus half at square. Then s is unknown, say some h. U is 30, t is 1 plus half. Acceleration we are applying upwards, that will be minus 10. T is 1 square. So 30 minus 5, which is 25 meters. 25 meters. After 1 second, the particle is at a 25-meter height. So this is the answer for the for part 5, right? A similar question in part 6, we have to find the position and velocity at t equals 2. At t equals 2. T equals 2 naman dun eh. No, hindi naman yan na eh. To find the velocity, you apply upwards t equals u plus at. So velocity is equal to u is 30 minus 10, c is 2. So it is 10 ms minus 1. Right? The position makes sorry, to find the position, you can apply upwards. It's equal to t plus half at square. S is unknown. U is 30. T is 2 this time. Minus 5 t square. 2 square. Half into minus 10, right? So that will be 20, 60 minus 20. So you get like 40 meters. The particle is at a height 40 meters above the ground. බලන්න ඔකලගේ උත්තර හරිද කියලා. Then I ask you to do the parts in the tutorial. First three questions I think are very easy. මම හතර ඉඳගෙන බලන්නද උත්තර. ටියුට් එකේ first three I think are very much similar to the questions I gave in the class. Shall I start to work them out from number 4? You have anything to ask in first three? Tutorial problems, shall I start from 4? So you can check your answer. ඔකලන් මම homework වල දුන්නා කරන්න කියලා නේ. I start from the fourth, right? Fourth says a particle is projected upwards at speed 20 ms minus 1 from a point 25 meters above the ground. The fourth tutorial questions. Question number 4. From a point 25 meters above the ground, say from a point A, the particle is projected upwards. So U equals 20 meters, ms minus 1, at equals 0. At equals 0, you have to find the time it takes to reach the ground and the speed at which it hits the ground, right? Ground means it will move up, return back, then come down to the ground, say at a point B. After the time T and some velocity V. These are the things we need to find. Okay, what did you get for T? Time that it takes to reach the ground. What is the value of T? If you get the value for T correctly, then V, the velocity, you will get it very easily and correctly. Value of T? What is the answer? Other boy again, man? Question number 4, what is T? So you got or have you had data? First, to find the time that we need to the particle takes to travel from A to B. from this point to this point. So we have to apply formula from A to B, right? A to B motion. Considering A to B motion, that is from A to B, we have the displacement. We need to find T. S is given T equals 2. Isum 1 meter. T equals 2. අපි බලමු හරිද කියලා. T equals to right. So we apply, you know S and you have to find T. So what we apply is, we have S, we need to find T. It's actually S equals to T plus half T square. Upwards, I'll apply upwards, or either you can apply downwards, no problem. I'm applying upwards. S equals to T plus half T square. Now my question is this: what is S? We are applying it upwards. The particle moves from A to B. What do you write for S? Isum උත්තරේ මොකද්ද? T equals 5. බලමු හරියද කියලා බලමු. My question now is, what is S? Vimuthu, yeah, minus what? The exact value? Minus 25. Right, yes. Yeah, it is minus because the particle has moved downwards. Ultimately, it's a downward motion. Yeah, I am applying it upwards, right? If you apply the formula downwards, then yours will be plus 25. But I am applying upwards, so it has to be minus 25. Since I am applying upwards, U is projected upwards, right? U is plus 20. If we apply the formula downwards, then U will be minus 20. Right? Now, since I am applying upwards, it has to be plus 20. 20T plus half A, minus 5. T square. So you can divide everything by 5. That's 4 and 5. So finally, you get a quadratic equation. We take positives to the other side. T square minus 4t minus 5 equals 0. You can find factors of this. T minus 5, t plus 1 equals 0. Yeah. T equals minus 1, 4, t equals 5. But you know that for definitely, definitely it can't be negative, right? But t has to be positive. Therefore, we take t equals 5. So we would count this. Yeah, Vimuthu උත්තරේ හරි. ඉසුම් උත්තරේ නෑ Vimuthu නෙමෙයි ඉසුම්ගේ උත්තරේනේ හරි. Vimuthu දාලා තියෙන්නේ හරිනේ minus 25 කියන්නේ මේකටනේ. ඉසුම්ගේ උත්තරේ හරි. T equals 5. Now you can easily find the velocity at which it hits the ground. To find the velocity, we know the time t now by now, so we can apply upward. Shall I apply upward? V equals u plus kt. These are known. U is again 20. T is minus 10. T we found that it is 5. So that's equal to minus 30 and minus 1. For velocity, we got minus 30. What do you understand by that? Why minus? You get minus 30? Because I am applying upwards, the particle is moving just before hitting the ground. The particle is moving downwards. So I am applying upwards. So that means the velocity, if you measure it downwards, it will be plus 30, and this minus 1. And that's the answer for part 4. Adu parutina hadaganni. Then we will go to question number 5. Can we keep, is it at minus 30? No problem. But it's better if you finally explain why it is minus downwards 30. Better you would answer like this finally, downwards 30. So shall we go to question number 5? Number 5. Number 5, the diagram is this at a height 50 meters. 50 meters above the ground. Meters above the ground, say at a point A, the particle X is dropped at t equals 0. Drop means the initial velocity is 0. Just have to understand by drop, right? And they say at the same instant, the second particle Y is placed until the point P, not A, to the point P. At point P, the particle X is released, dropped. So at right below P, there's a point Q. At the point Q, place the particle Y. It is projected upwards at the same instant. Upwards at 28 minus 1. So they are moving in the same line. This is coming down and this is going up. So in the middle, they should collide. Collide or they meet, say at a point R. Two particles meet at this point. Where T equals T, they meet. And that's the story, right? The question is to find the time at which they meet, the time that they take to collide. Yeah, it's about again the distance and time. Yeah, given the distances moving, distances so something about the distance or the displacement, then to find the time t. So if this displacement of distance traveled by t is some x, then it is 50 minus x for the other. If it is x for one, then for the other it will be 50 minus x. So we have some idea about the displacement now, and to find the time t, we can apply S equals ut plus half at square. Hmm? Shall I apply it for P first? Before that, how the other can what do you get for T? Time T? Question number 5. What is your answer? Hadupaya Dan Bala? What do you get for T? Hadupaya Dan Bala answer it. Okay, so we apply for the particle x for the motion from P to R. P to R motion uh, for particle x for the motion for particle x for the motion P to R motion. It's about the displacement and the time. So we can apply S equals ut plus half at square. The particle is moving down, so I'll apply downwards. But the displacement I have taken it as x downwards x u to drop u is 0, whatever t it is 0 plus half a is 5 t square. So you get an equation. You get an equation here x equals 5t square. One equation but two unknowns. It's and t. Two unknowns, so you need another equation. To get another equation, this is the option. We have to go to the particle y. We have to go to the particle y. දැන් කරන්නකෝ. කළා මට උත්තරේ දාන්න බලන්න කවුද කරපුවා. You know what to do. දැන් ටක් ගාලා හදලා උත්තරේ කියන්න. So why we have to apply from Q to R? Q to R motion upwards, the same formula. T equals 5/3, Vimutu. T equals 1.6503. That make any. Isum Vimutu same answer. Ne. Oh, ne. 1.66, yeah. Balum Haridikan 503 Piagatana. Is correct. So for S, I write 50 minus x. Upwards, initial velocity is 30. T is unknown. Upwards, this will be minus 5 t square. So we have two equations to solve. Just add them up. You can get rid of x and find t. 1 plus 2, x will disappear. You get like 50 equals 5t square. Will also disappear. 20t. Here. T is equal to 5/3. The answer is correct. Action as an extraction will be 1, 2/3 seconds. Yeah, then further, there are more parts in the question. First to find the time, then find the time at which the point at which they meet. The point means it's enough to find the distance. So let's find x first. From this you can find x. From this you can find x. Then the height is 50 minus x. You have time t. We can substitute it in 1. By 1, you get x equals 5 into square of t. P is this 5/3 square. That's 25. 125/9. It is here in. Fifteen seconds. 15 meters. 15 meters. So above the ground, the height above the ground is 50 minus x. That is 50 minus 15. To the point where they meet, height above the ground. Is equal to 60 minus 15, 35 meters. The collision occurs 35 meters above the ground. First, we have to find the velocities of two particles. To find the velocities, for this we can apply. We have the time t now. We can apply v equals ut, v equals u plus at. For this also v equals u plus at. For x, t to r, we apply downwards, v equals u plus at. V is equal to 0 plus 10 into 5/3. So that will be equal to 50/3. 50/3 can 16, 2/3, and then minus 1. Let's find the velocity of this. Here the other one, I'll apply for y into r motion. Upwards, b equals u plus at equals to u is 30 minus 10 into 5 over 3. That is 40 over 3. That means 16. Again, this time 40 over 3. 12, 13. 1 over 3. Ns minus 1. These are the answers I get. ඔය කරපු දේ තේරුණාද හැමෝටම? එච්චරම අමාරු දේවල් නෙමෙයි. pure සොල්වලා ලීසි නෙමෙයි මේවා. And much more interesting. ඒක ඉවරනම කියන්න ළමයි. So we can go to the next question. ඔකල ඒක ඉවරනම කියන්න මට. Rule now क्या ना लमाई? මට පේන අපේ chat එක හිර වෙලා වගේ. ඔයගොල්ලෝගේ answers නැත්තේ. So shall I go to the next question? ඔයගොල්ලෝ ඉවර කරලා ඇති කියලා මම හිතනවා. මේ chat එකේ එන්නේ නැතුව ඒක සමහරවිට එන්නේ. So we go to question number 6. In question number 6, there's only one difference. Compared to number 5, only one difference. They say the second particle is projected at after 1 second. After 1 second. That is the only difference. After 1 second. So now the thing is, if to reach R, if t takes a time t, if the time for the particle x, I'm sorry, the particle x, the time is to move from p to r, the time is t. If it is t for this, if this takes a time t to travel from p to r, then what is the time taken by the particle y to travel from q to r? If it is a simple t for x to travel from p to r, now then what is the time taken by the other particle q to travel from other particle y to travel from q to r? මෙයාට වෙලාව කොච්චරද? If this takes a time t to travel from p to r, the time taken by this to travel from q to r, it starts 1 second later. 1 second later, the time taken by this, the time interval time interval for the second has to be shorter than the time for this. So if it is t for this, then for this it has to be 1 second shorter than that. Hmm? So for particle q, it has to be t minus 1. So that is the difference. That is the difference compared to the previous question. For particle t, it is the same. For particle q, the time changes. Earlier we have taken t, now it has to be t minus 1. So the first equation, that is for the first particle x, the first equation will remain the same. ඒක වෙනසක් කරන්න දෙයක් නැහැ. But the equation you write for the second will be changed. So you get an equation here, x equals 5t squared. අපිට වැඩි වෙලාවක් නැහැ නම මම මේක පොඩ්ඩක් එක්ස්ප්ලেইন කරන්න. ඔයගොල්ලෝ තනියම හදන්න ඕන ඊට පස්සේ I'll just explain it. Then for the second particle, same thing, we apply from q to r motion. For y, for q to r motion, we upwards, the same thing, we apply s equals ut plus half kt squared. If you compare this with the previous problem, the only difference is this t will be changed to t minus 1. That is the only difference, right? ඔයගොල්ලන්ට කරගෙන යන්න පුළුවන්. ටක් ගාලා කරගෙන යන්න බලන්න. මම හදන එක බලන්න ඕනේ නැහැ නේ කරගෙන යන්න. I will give some answer. 17/8 විමුතු. බලමු හරිද කියලා. 50 minus 6 equals 13 to t minus 1 minus 5 into t minus 1 square. Minus 30 minus 5. We get like 60 minus 6 equals 30t plus 10t. 40t minus 30. This is the second equation I get. Now I can get rid of x. ඉතුරු ටික කලින් වගේම තමයි යා. You just add them. 1 plus 2. X will get cancelled. So will 5t squared. You get like 50 equals 40t minus 30. So t equals like it is like 2 seconds. බලමු මට වැරදුනාද කියලා. minus 30. Yeah, minus 35. Yes, yeah, correct. That's right, minus 35. So it has to be 85, 35 here. You can divide everything by 5. You 10, 8, 7. Yeah, it is equal to 17 or 8 seconds. Oh, 1, 1, no, 2, 2, 1 over 8. Hari. We will man had right? Yeah, it has to be 35 years. So the answer, your answer is correct. 17 or 8, correct. It are මිතුරු ටික ගන්න පුළුවන් නේ. Once you have the time, you can answer any question. Noting time t here, you can substitute it here in the first equation and find find x. මේකේ නම් ලස්සන උත්තරයක් එන්නේ නැහැ වගේ නේ. X equals 5 into e can make 17 square. 17 square into 8 square. Here 189 plus 945 over 64. බලන්න කීයක් විතර එනවද කියලා. It's around 13 meters. ඒ වගේද? අක්කලා කවුරුහරි හදලා බලන්න. අපිට මේක නැතුණාම මේ height එක දෙන්න බෑනේ. You need to know this at least in decimals. Calculate එකෙන් හරි හදලා බලන්න. $22.5 when that is. Uh, 14.7 බලන්න අනිත් කියලා අපිට what I get is like 14.7. මට අපිට වෙනස් වෙමුතු. I get 14.7 negative. 14.7. 7 or approximately 8.
So the height is 50 minus x. Minus x, 14.8. So that will be 35.2 meters. Yeah. 1000 මට වර්ධනා කළාද කියන්නේ බලමු. yeah. මට වැරදිලානේ. 1145. 1145 divided by 64. It is 22.57. 22.6 කියලා ගමුනේ. .4 meters above the ground. It was a velocity span of Kulane. Hari, I corrected it. Yes, sir. Yes, I accept your answer. Then we need to find the time velocity of two particles. For x to find the velocity, we apply downward equals to plus Vt. Vx के value होने वाला u is 0 plus 10 into the time t is 1708. 170 over 8 here in 170 over 8 approximately. (21.25) ms minus 1. 21.25 ms minus 1. That is the velocity of the first particle. For the second particle, to find the velocity, for y, we apply upwards v equals to plus 80 to find the time or velocity. U is 30 minus 10. The time for y is 1 second less, right? It was projected 1 second later. It has to be, it's not 1708 as it is 1708 minus 1. So 30 minus 10 into 908. බලන්න කියලා දෙන්න කියලා. (18.75) minus 1.
මන්ට ඉක්මනින් කරේ මේ ඔයගොල්ලෝ කොහොමද එකක් කරගන්න පුළුවන් මේවා. After finding the time t, you know what to do next. The other thing is I want to stop this by 8:30 because we are going to meet again at 9. ඔයගොල්ලන්ට පොඩි විවේකයක් දෙන්නත් එපයි. එහෙනම් ළමයි මේක ඔයගොල්ලෝ තනියම හදාගන්න. අඩුපාඩු තියෙනවා නම් බලා ගන්න. For homework you have to do the other parts of the tutorial, right? Homework. We discussed up to 6. You have to do 7, 8, 9, and 10. Cute. From 7 to 10. හරි නේද ළමයි? මම හිතා මේ ටික ඔයගලන් කරගන්න පුළුවන්. ප්‍රශ්නයක් වුණොත් ආයි ආපස්සට ඇදලා බලන්න. So we'll stop it here and we are going to meet again at 9 o'clock. Right, ඔයගලන්ට පොඩ්ඩක් මහන්සි අරින්නත් එපයි. එහෙනම් බුදු සරණයි. I'll send a link, right? 10 about 5-10 minutes before 9 o'clock. So we will have the meeting. Come with your parents to the meeting, right? එහෙනම් බුදු සරණයි ළමයි. මම නවත්තනවා අපි ආයෙ හම්බ වෙනවනේ.